Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into 2 Chronicles chapter 3. And our mission, really, is to see what this specific text tells us about the building of Solomon's temple, the details it gives.
Right. The scale, the materials described, the craftsmanship, focusing only on what this chapter lays out.
Exactly. And it starts pretty specific, doesn't it, with location and timing.
It really does. It pinpoints Jerusalem. Mount Moriah specifically says it's where the Lord appeared to David.
Right, on that threshing floor of Rana the Jebusite, the spot David prepared.
Precisely. And it even gives us a date.
Yeah, the 2nd day, 2nd month, 4th year of Solomon's reign. Very grounded.
Absolutely sets a concrete scene.
Okay, so let's get into the structure itself, the foundation first.
Sure. The text gives the dimensions as 60 cubits long, 20 cubits wide.
60 by 20.
Yeah, and it adds that detail using the cubit of the old standard, which is, an interesting clarification.
About 90 feet by 30 feet then, roughly. A solid footprint.
A pretty substantial base, yes.
And moving up from there, the portico, the entrance area, seems important in the description.
It does seem emphasized. It's 20 cubits long, matching the temple width, but also 20 cubits high.
20 high. Okay.
And a standout detail, overlaid inside with pure gold.
Wow, pure gold right at the entrance.
Right there. Imagine walking in. It's an immediate signal of immense value and sanctity.
Definitely makes a statement. So you pass through that into the main hall. What's that like according to the text?
Well, the structure itself, paneled with pine, but then...
More gold.
Oh, yes. That pine was covered with fine gold. And decorated, too.
Decorations, what kind?
It mentions carved palm trees and chain designs, plus adornment with precious stones.
Okay, so intricate work.
Very. And it even specifies the gold of Parvaim, wherever that was. It was clearly significant.
Interesting. And the gold coverage was extensive.
It seems total. Ceiling beams, door frames, the walls, the doors themselves, all overlaid with gold, and more carvings cherubim on the walls here, too.
Gold everywhere, basically. Walls, doors, beams. Now, the innermost room, the most holy place, the description sounds even more intense.
It really is. Dimensions first. 20 cubits long, 20 cubits wide.
A perfect cube, then, matching the temple width.
Exactly, a cube shape. And the gold overlay here, it's described as 600 talents of fine gold.
600 talents. How much is that?
Well, a talent is a huge weight unit. We're talking potentially several tons of gold just for this one inner room.
That's incredible. It's hard to even picture.
It is. And it doesn't stop there. Even the nails were gold, weighing 50 shekels each.
Gold nails. 50 shekels. That's not insignificant for a nail.
Not at all. And the upper parts, the ceilings or upper chambers maybe, also overlaid with gold. The sheer quantity specified really drives home the importance.
Tons of gold, special gold nails. And inside this space, specific figures, right? Cherubim.
Yes, a pair of them. Sculptured and, again, overlaid with gold.
And the text gives details about their position.
Very precise details. Their total wingspan was 20 cubits, the exact width of the room.
So they filled the space.
Wingtip to wingtip, yes. Each had 2 wings, 5 cubits long. One wing touched the temple wall. The other touched the wing of the other cherub.
Okay. Meeting in the middle.
Right. And they were standing on their feet, facing out towards the main hall. It's a very specific image.
Definitely paints a picture. And there was a curtain separating this space.
Yes. Made of blue, purple, and crimson yarn and fine linen.
Specific colors and materials again.
And cherubim were worked into the fabric design itself, detail upon detail.
And finally, outside, at the front, pillars.
2 huge pillars, yeah, erected in front of the temple.
Oh, huge.
The text says their length together was 35 cubits. Each one had a capital on top, 5 cubits high.
So very tall, any decoration.
Yes, the capitals had interwoven chains and 100 pomegranates attached to these chains.
Pomegranates, interesting choice.
And they even had names. The one on the south side was called Jachin, the one on the north, Boaz.
Named pillars. Jachin and Boaz. That adds another layer.
It really does. Giving them names highlights their significance, whatever that symbolism was meant to convey in this account.
So if you pull all these details together, the cubits, the pine, the gold of Parvaim, the talents, the shekels, the carvings, the names, what's the overwhelming impression from this chapter?
Well, what really strikes me is the intense focus on the physical, the material reality of the temple.
Right, it's like an inventory sometimes.
Exactly. It's not just saying Solomon built a temple. It's giving you the specs, the materials list, the sheer weight of the precious metals.
Why do you think the text does that? Why so much focus on the tangible stuff?
I think it's conveying the temple's importance through its physical magnificence. The scale, the cost, the sheer effort described, it all points to something of monumental significance. The building itself is the statement.
The grandeur speaks for itself in a way.
That seems to be the implication here. The holiness and importance are sort of materialized in the gold, the size, the craftsmanship described.
It's amazing how much architectural specification is packed into one short chapter. You really do get a sense of the structure.
It's remarkably dense with that kind of information, isn't it? Dimensions, materials, decoration, quite striking.
So as you listen to all this, the tons of gold, the named pillars, specific cubit measurements, what detail really stands out to you? What catches your attention in these ancient building plans?
Yeah, and maybe that leads to the final thought for you to consider. Based just on what we've read here, what does this incredible level of reported detail, this focus on physical scale and richness, tell us about how important this building was viewed in the context that produced this text? The structure itself seems to be the primary message.
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.